What's everybody up to? Give her a couple minutes, let it notifications go out that we're live, like usual. Get chat going on my other phone. Princess Mel, how are you? I gotta use it to my advantage. I'm the only one that can actually call her princess, so. Score. And we got chat going. I'm glad you're doing good. How's the week been so far? Good evening, Warren. How are you doing? And Mel, I get to make you laugh, so I enjoy making people laugh and scratch their head in wonderment. Probably, probably my two favorite things to do. I think we're live, like officially live. Oh, we're definitely officially live now. Jason's in here. Vacation starting Thursday. I'm not gonna lie, I'm jealous. I'd say Thursday would be my Friday, but no, it'd still be my Thursday. Well, I appreciate that warning, Jason. Must have gotten those tacos early today. Borderline, how are you? Yvonne, how are you doing? Princess Mel, I am flattered and humbled. Yes. Should make a Princess Mel sticker decal. No mail this Thursday. Banks will be closed too. And what the heck for? Ooh, you mean I could be a Sir Charles then? Sweet. I go for that. Corey, how's it going? Yeah, what the heck is Thursday? Juneteenth. Okay. Can we just stop having like holidays? At some point, we're not going to work at all. Or we'll work like one day a week because the rest of the days will be holidays. Banks will be closed. No mail service. We'll just be working one day a week and celebrating holidays the other 308 days a year. Juneteenth. Okay. That's what it is. Thursday, Mel is meeting me. Mel, my condolences. No, I'm kidding. Michael says, as a state employee, I welcome benefits like state holidays. Yeah, there's just so many of them now. And we're doing this, we're doing it on a Thursday. Work one day a week, be locked in the dungeon for the rest. I don't know about. I'd be a lot. I'd be up in the mountains the rest of the time. You get to stop in Oklahoma. Well, that's one way of putting it. Other people would say I have to stop in Oklahoma because I'll need gas. Mike, I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing? This one is a state and federal holiday. Yeah, or just new holidays. Am I good? I'm always good. Well, until I'm not. Am I still living in the 80s? The 80s were a much easier time. Love wins. How are you doing? Jason says your condolences. You're so full of it. I, it, if I come with a warning label, Jason, you need to come with one. I'm quite okay with the condolences. See? Jason, you just proved my point. That's why I said my condolences. W2 is 10-hour days, 4 days a week, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays off. Yeah, my boss isn't that nice. You definitely deserve that vacation. So I'd be looking forward to it too. Jerk Beefy, what's up? I buried my W 2 years ago. I'd love to bury something, and then I should probably like elaborate on that because that just sounds bad. Just want to bury something. Uh, I'd love to bury a $5 bill and have it grow into a tree. And see, we both get a warning. What the heck did Abdullah do? How old am I? You are pretty and cute. Be careful though. Jay likes Target way too much. No worries, princess. I can't bury my W2 job until 9 more years. 9 more years before retirement. Hey, it's not too far away. Deanna, how are you doing? I buried my W2 9 years ago. James says I like to bury myself so I don't have to deal with morons. Um, just bury the morons. Yeah, just bury the morons. Um, Speaking of morons, the other day, yesterday, yesterday, I go into Walmart to do a Spark order. That's a shopping order. Goes absolute smooth, no issues. In and out of the store in like 10 minutes. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. On my way to drop the order off. Get it dropped off. Go right back to Walmart. Get another shopping order. Go in, shop that. Get to the self checkout. It's closed. Most Walmarts have one or two self checkouts uh, that say like scan and go / Spark. So those are the ones that we can use. Well, somebody's doing maintenance on one, the other one's closed. So I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do? So I just went over and I scanned another register. You just have to scan the QR code. And I scan it and I go over to customer service to get the bags because that's just how it is at this location. And as I'm walking over there, another Walmart employee goes, "Hey, next time you need to use the Spark ones." I'm like, "Well, I understand, but it's locked and somebody's on that one." They're like, "Well, we're locking them down now. You have to come find us so that we can unlock the register so that you can check out." I'm like, "That is stupid." And I told the employee that. I'm like, "Well, that's stupid. Because that is extra time that I'm wasting. Even more so when you're busy. Scanning IDs at self-checkout, helping people that double scan, people that should have basically they're there to help people who have absolutely no reason to be actually scanning their own groceries." And she's like, "Well, we just had an issue with another Spark driver, so now we're locking them and you have to come find us." And I'm like, "How about you stop punishing the majority, which are doing absolutely nothing wrong, and punish the one moron? Because now you're treating all of us a certain way because of one moron. So how about you just punish the moron, kick him off the platform, don't let him pick up from the store anymore, whatever you want to do, just punish him. Why you shouldn't be punishing the rest of us?" And do you think common sense was like, no. Nope. Because Walmart is the place where if you have common sense, you're not going to work there very long. And the customers tend to leave their brains in their car before they go into shop. David, what's going on? Got 4 more years to retirement. Hope it's still there. I hope the world's still there. Still here. Deanna is doing just dandy. Okay, what's really going on? Mary, how's it going? Michael, yeah, trolls hit early tonight. It's like Pearl Harbor in World War II. Trolls are just coming in like a kamikaze. DoorDash wasn't nice to me today, but maybe they sent me the best they had to offer. Honestly, Tuesdays suck. For the most part, for many of us, Tuesdays just suck. Sometimes we have a good Tuesday and then Mondays suck, or Wednesdays suck. But generally, Tuesday's the slowest day of the week. So it should get better from here. Everybody orders all their stuff on the weekends. Mondays are generally busier because people go back to school, back to work, and they get home and they don't want to cook. So they order DoorDash. Tuesday, they're back in the grind of school and work, and they don't want to do any, or they have all their groceries and they're not going to order. So that's generally why Tuesdays are the slowest day of the week. And it's not just like that with gig work. It's like that at restaurants too. 4 years working at Papa John's, and Tuesdays were the slowest day. Tuesday was one of my days off because you weren't going to make any money working Tuesdays. So, Kevin, good evening, buddy. You finally getting some sunshine? David says Uber Eats send me a package delivered today. 72 miles, $61. And no, I did not take it. Have me going almost to Oklahoma. Good Lord. I wouldn't have done it either. Punish the one driver who put us all in the same basket. Exactly. But what do I know? They're implementing, Walmart is implementing the same punish everybody instead of the one idiot. They're doing it just like government does. Nana, how's it going? Loved Ones asks, why are the different platforms treating the drivers so differently now? I really wish I knew. And even within the certain apps, like Spark, every Walmart's different. Like, I can go to most other Walmarts and just bag groceries. I can grab the bags, bag up the order, and go drop it off. This particular location, they had a couple Spark drivers who were charging, because in Washington State and in a couple other states, they charge, well, here they charge 8 cents a bag. California is 25 cents a bag. But here it's 8 cents a bag, and there was a couple drivers here that were putting in like, because anytime you do a shopping order, it asks how many bags did you use, because it needs to charge the customer. Well, these Spark drivers are putting in like 50, 40 bags into it, so it's charging them, $4, $5, $6, and so they got, rightfully so, the employees at this location got fed up, and started putting the bags in the back. So now you have to go to customer service and ask for them, which is a pain. But my workaround to that is every once in a while I'll get a really small order that only needs one bag. And depending on the time of day, customer service is busy and I'm not standing in line forever. So I'll just skip it and I'll go out, because I'll do a shopping order where I need 4 bags and I'll just say I need 5. Because every once in a while you have a bag that breaks. These bags are crap. So I'll always have an extra bag or 2. Or in this case, at this point, I got like 6 or 7 extra bags. So for anybody else that's in the situation that I'm in, as far as having to get bags from an employee at Walmart to do your shopping orders, if you need 4 bags, tell them you need 5. Always keep an extra bag. Caleb, what's going on? Ellen, how are you doing? Went through Popeye's drive-thru earlier this evening. I'm sorry. And the employee greeted me with the phrase, "Give me a sec." No, customer service is gone as well. It's like anytime somebody you go in to pick up an order and they're like, "Oh, it'll be ready in a minute." It's like, okay, first of all, that's a lie. Because not once has it ever been ready in a minute. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 15. But they always like to say, "It'll be ready in a minute." And a lot of the frustration into that, at least for me, is I am self-employed. You're self-employed. You're self-employed. You, and we're not getting paid by the hour, but we're dealing with employees who don't care, who are actually getting paid by the hour. So they can move as fast as they want or as slow as they want. They're still getting paid the same regardless. So there's no incentive, there's no initiative really anymore for them to provide customer service. It's up to us. Mary, how are you doing? Connie, how's it going? Hussein, how's it going? Trying to get caught up on chat. Ooh, Oregon's 10 cents a bag. See, it gets more expensive the farther you go south. 8 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents in California. How's Mary doing? Connie says, I wanted to say hello to everyone. The talk and text is crazy. I should give talk to text a try. That would be really curious. I am curious to see what would come of that. It's like, I did not say that word. I should set it up. I've never set it up on my phone. Only in Austin, Texas, out of the huge state, do they charge for bags. Yeah, it happens in more blue areas. Thus, Washington, Oregon, California, Austin, Texas. I say the whole thing's a scam. They want you to use cloth bags, reusable bags. But if you're ordering from DoorDash or Spark or Instacart or anything, you don't have that choice. You are getting charged for bags unless you message the delivery person, the person who's doing the shopping, unless you message them and tell them, hey, don't get bags, which I've had happen once. They're getting charged for bags every time, and there's no need for it. It's a money grab. Is all it is. It's a scam. Like let's see, Walmart. Okay, Albertsons and Safeways, yeah, still have them plastic bags. They still charge 8 cents for those. Walmart does not have plastic bags here anymore. Paper only. But yeah, it's honestly, it's just a scam. Plastic bags were actually invented. Here's the craziness. Plastic bags were invented in, I think, sometime in the 40s or 50s to help cut down the use of paper bags to help preserve our forests. Now we're using paper bags and reusable ones instead of plastic bags to cut down on the environment. "40 years from now, we're going to be doing something else if we're still around and we haven't like annihilated ourselves." Alex, what's going on? It's been a minute. Mary, saw your video on Fremont Street. It was awesome. Well, thank you, Mary. It was definitely a different kind of video to do. It wasn't like the typical ride-along kind of video. David says, I had a curbside pickup from Spark on Sunday. Employee cart turned over, broke the gallons of milk, and had a couple egg cartons. They asked me to wait while they go to... I've seen them do that. Case of water. Fortunately, that was it. They had to get a new case of water, but they put they stack everything up in these totes, and then the heaviest stuff, the 40-pound bags of dog food, the cases of water, the big bulky heavy stuff, they end up throwing on top. Well, if they're not careful and they're not paying attention when they walk out to load the groceries as they're pulling the cart or the basket out, the wagon, whatever, if it hits a bump, those things will tip over pretty easy. So, David, I hope you did not have to wait too long. Hey, maybe voice to text will be a good thing, Jason. Who knows? Michael, what's up? Southwest Florida in there. James, how's it going? David says, yeah, I work at W2 and self-employed, but it never seems to work out. Which would you rather do? In Maine, you have to have a reusable bag or you have to pay 5 cents and get a paper bag. See, that's still cheaper than it is out here. And meanwhile, I could go shop, you know, $1,000 order at Hy-Vee or, you know, Super Saver or what else is in Nebraska? Ooh, Aldi. And I can use their plastic bags or their paper bags, and I'm not getting charged anything. So somehow, yeah, somehow it's supposed to make sense. Carl, how's it going? Wait, we have a Carl Hibbard and David Hibbard. In any relation? Every time you get money saved up, it just goes right out the door. It does. And it does even if you're single and you don't have kids. Something still happens. You know, we don't know each other. Yeah, but you could be related. Mary made 20 on Spark. Nana says in Minnesota our Walmarts are plastic. Yeah, they're pretty much most of the rest of the country, I should say, outside of probably Washington, Oregon, and California. Travis, what's up? Didn't know if you were going live tonight or not. Yep, always going live. Well, unless there's somebody's birthday that falls on a Tuesday, or if somebody dies. It's basically the only time I'm not live. Texas still uses plastic. That's nice. Lachelle, how are you doing? Yeah, I have a plastic bag that I keep in my car, and every once in a while, I'll see somebody that, like, I'm loading up an order at Walmart, and somebody will be like, I'm so sick and tired of this. I want plastic bags to come back. And I'll pull out a plastic bag just so they can, like, touch it and feel it and know what it, you know, memories. Annihilated ourselves. Yeah, unless something else happens and there's not even a bucket left. Scotty, what's going on? How you doing? I'm doing all right. We're doing good. Sometimes I get free entertainment here. Just living here. When you've been waiting for an order and it's running late and you have the option to abandon the order, what is a suggested way to go about walking away from the order? Just leave? Yeah, I just leave. I do. It does not. Don't consider. I don't want you to think of it as being rude, of just being like, oh, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to leave. Most places you're standing there for 5 to 10 minutes before you're even acknowledged. Your presence is even acknowledged. You could stand there and wait and wait and wait and wait and then finally come up to you and go, are you here for something? That's usually what I get. Um, but you just message. uh, I would message the customer, and this is what I do because it's not the customer's fault. Um, I will message the customer before I unassign the order and just go, "Hey, I'm here at the restaurant. I don't know how long your order is going to be because I can't get a hold of I can't get an employee to help me out, or I could get an employee to help me out. They have no idea what's going on. Usually, I add some humor to it, like they don't have their best and brightest working. Your order will be delivered at when it's ready, and then I'll unassign the order because I mean I could. I'm not gonna say anything to the restaurant. I just walk out. They're not paying attention to me anyway. The customer, though, I will still, and that comes down to customer service. I'll still message the customer and let them know what's going on. Like, hey, um, and sometimes if the order if it's slow, the pay is decent. There's been times I've waited for it. I've still messaged the customer and let them know what's going on. Uh, it helps. That I think helps save you from a bad rating. And over half the time that I've done that, I end up getting an extra cash tip when I get to the customer's house because they're like, "Oh, hey, I appreciate the heads up and I appreciate you waiting, for my order." I've probably gotten more cash tips that way, just messaging the customer, giving them a heads up of what's going on, than I have just on any regular handed me orders. So hot and humid today, I thought I was swimming instead of baking. You got a good glaze going on, I guess. I've learned when shopping for Spark on a big shopping order, grab plastic bags and bag as you shop. Don't waste time at the checkout stand. David, I would love to do that. Like I'm starting to I've got a couple Walmart employees when I'm in there doing shopping orders, um, that always say hi, or I'll always say hi to them, when we see each other. Get to know those people. 92 weather sucks, but to each their own. Sure beats Nebraska summers. Triple digits in humidity. Connie, you have a good night. Waking up at 4:30. Ew. That doesn't sound fun at all. If I unassign an order that's taken too long, I unassign and just disappear. Michael says anything above 75 I consider hot. I don't even consider it hot until like 90. 80s, it's warm. 90s, it's getting hot. Scotty officially moved back to upstate New York. Well, congratulations. Door dashing here and Instacart's better. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes a move is just what's needed. Not just with work, but with life. Mary's gonna make a salad. That sounds good. Carl says no relation. All right, I tried. I've been down the genealogical rabbit hole lately. Marianne, how are you doing? except for Jason. Crazy individual. Yeah, I know the fact they actually let him leave the state of Oklahoma from time to time. It's amazing. Um, breaking news: Jason crop dusted the mac and cheese aisle in Target the other day. And that's different from any other Target trip. How? Esteban! How behind is Charlie right now? Probably really behind. C-Dub! I'm so far behind, they're probably not standing in McDonald's now. They were. Vicky, if you're still here, how are you doing? Marion says they better acknowledge you, Charlie, especially from the ladies. They better recognize who you are. Well, thank you, Marion. I think I'm kind of catching up. I'm not too far behind, I don't think. I might be. I'll wait probably on average 10 minutes and no more, but that's just me. I'm, for the most part, the same way. I think the last time I waited, there was that order. There was a specific order that just popped into my head. Oh, this was back in Nebraska. I did an order. I don't remember the exact dollar amount. It was good though. I mean, it was actually a good dollar amount. And I delivered to that customer before. The pickup though was at Old Chicago. I get there, they have no idea what's going on. Can't tell me how long it's going to be. There was one employee. I hope she actually came around and started being nicer to people. But for a hostess, God, she was probably the rudest hostess I've ever had to deal with. And generally, you guys know by watching the videos. Generally, I'm a nice guy when it comes to everybody. I'm as nice as you will allow me to be. So if I'm being an a-hole to you, probably need to look in the mirror. And I think she actually did look in the mirror and actually started acting nicer afterwards. But I messaged the customer and let them know what was going on. And it was probably going to be my last order of the night. I think it ended up being my last order of the night at that point. I was like, what, screw it. I'll wait for it. Because I messaged the customer and they messaged me right back. And they even had to call the store to figure out what was going on with their order. So I end up waiting probably like 20-25 minutes. Drop off was like 5 minutes away. So dollar to mile, dollar to per hour was still really good. But when I got there, she ended up giving me a $20 tip, additional tip, cash. So sometimes patience pays off. Not always, but sometimes. Marion says, "Oh, good Lord, we got both Esteban and Jason. Charlie, we need the big guy upstairs to help." Yes, they're actually kind of behaving themselves, kind of, slightly. I am quite a bit behind in chat. Alex, what's going on? I'm catching up. Michael says 70 or below, I'm grabbing a sweatshirt. Yeah, below 70, it's either a hoodie and shorts or short sleeves and pants for me. Nothing like hot rain after a scorching day. That's I'd probably go outside topless. Prefer it cooler. Haven't worn a jacket here in Oregon in winter for years. There is something to be said for this area. You can. Did I wear? I don't even think I wore a coat the entire winter here. I don't think I threw a coat on once. Hoodie. Mel says worst part was I was invited. What the heck did I miss? I don't know where Aussie is. I don't. Not last week. 2 weeks ago, she wasn't here because she was moving. Mel wasn't willingly invited. Haha. She happened to be on Discord with me when it happened. Oh, okay. Just Roy, what's going on? How you doing? Scotty says when you read this, I will be 5 minutes into the future. Well, great Scott, I am behind in chat. Marion says I wanted to share good news with everyone. I lost 10 pounds in 2 months. Didn't have to switch to Geico either. Feel so darn proud of myself, and I quit cigarettes 2 months and just went to vape. Marion, that is huge. Heck yes. Everybody give her a pat on the back or shoulder or high five, fist bump. I know the what's the word? I can't even come up with the word. And I don't even know what the heck that was. Takes a level of determination to quit smoking cigarettes. Vaping is different. It's the same motion as cigarettes, but that's where it stops. And losing weight, I'd say thank God I haven't had to deal with that, but I did. There was a time. The fact that you've lost weight and quit smoking cigarettes, because despite popular opinion, it's not the nicotine that keeps you from gaining weight when you quit smoking. There's other chemicals in cigarettes that more or less target your weight loss, your weight when you quit smoking. Nicotine isn't one of them. It's an appetite suppressant, yes, but it has nothing to do with your weight. Because when I quit smoking cigarettes and switched to vaping, I was still getting my nicotine. But I gained like 25 pounds when I quit smoking cigarettes. So I've since lost it, but the fact that you quit smoking cigarettes and lost weight is that is just huge. Hard work pays off, and it's all about mind over matter. It really is. When you set your mind to something and you shut out all of the negative noise, it is amazing what you can actually get accomplished. So how I've pretty much done most things in my life. Smoking. One day I just woke up. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of smoking. I'm tired of the taste of cigarettes. I'm tired of the smell of cigarettes. Um, it was March of 2020. So it was an excellent time to quit smoking because we were all in lockdown, basically. And I'm like, hey, if I don't quit smoking now, I'm never going to quit smoking because I get to stay at home for the next few weeks and I don't have to deal with any stupid people. So, June 19th, holiday. Yes, when is Aunt and Uncle's Day or Uncle's Day? Uncle's Day 2025. I mean, we got to share that. Aunts too. That ain't right. And I know some of you that are aunts are going, we have to share that with uncles. Yeah, I know. I know. We should each get, moms get their own holiday, dads get their own holiday, but you lump aunts and uncles in together. That ain't right. July 26th, by the way. And I'm actually caught up on chat. Kind of. I was. Jason quit smoking when he got back from Nebraska trip. That's been a while. I know. That was the beginning of March. It was huge. See what apparently I rub off on people. And we got a birthday on Friday. Princess Mel. Happy early 29th birthday. What was it, like $12 a pack for a bag of cigarettes? Out here it definitely is. Nebraska, I don't know what they're paying in Nebraska. I'm trying to remember the last time I bought a pack of cigarettes, I was still paying about $5 a pack. That's when I was, and then for a while I rolled my own. I got the bag of tobacco and the box of tubes and the cigarette maker, and I would make my own. It was the cheapest way. You'd roll a carton of cigarettes or make a carton of cigarettes for like $3. We do need a national gig worker holiday. Mary, have a good night. Going to do laundry, clean house. I'll have a great rest of your night. Earl, what's going on? Coming from someone who doesn't smoke, kissing a smoker's disgusting. Their mouths are rotten, even with brushing. Well, and when you quit smoking, and Marion, if you're still in here, you're experiencing it now. the smells of things are so much more intense. The taste of food. Uh, that was a huge thing when I quit smoking cigarettes. Was the change of flavors. There were some things I'm going, wow, this tastes a whole lot better than it did before, and I liked it before. And other things I'm going, what was I thinking? This tastes like crap. So you're on the nose with that. 29? Let's see, I'm good. Warren. You mean we could have lit up in Vegas and we didn't? David asks, what did I do on my 23rd or 29th birthday? I don't remember. Aussie! Ellen was asking about you. David, yeah, I used to roll my own. It was so much cheaper, right? Corey, how are you doing? Always good to see you, Corey. And when you quit, you notice the smoky smell is terrible. Oh God, yes it is. Because when I quit smoking, I went and I purged. I did laundry. It's one of the first things you should probably do if you quit. If you're a smoker and you quit smoking, go wash everything. Coats, hoodies, sheets, furniture. Uh, I had cleaned everything. And about 8, let's see, I quit in March, November. Yeah, probably about 8 months later, it's winter time. There's snow. I go to grab a coat that I hadn't worn since the previous winter, and I went, yeah, I forgot to wash this. Had to go wash it. It was bad. Yes, Charlie, you're right. Smell and taste of food is way different. Oh, yeah, both good and bad. I did try some food that I didn't like before. Um, Most of it I still don't like, so I wasn't going, dang, that sucks. I was like, okay, I still hate it. Coconut, pineapple, sauerkraut. Beets and turnips. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Sardines. About a handful of foods I won't eat. I don't think I'm allergic to anything. 4 packs of cigarettes to cover me the week was almost 46 in Chicago. Good Lord. Yeah, it's pushing $12 a pack. Bond says Charlie, your babes always smell amazing. Like, well, thank you. You'd like some of the newer ones I've had. This one's sour strawberry. It tastes just like a fresh strawberry though. And then raspberry or peach raspberry. Tastes just like the peach gummies. David says when I did smoke, I didn't smoke in the house. I didn't smoke in my car. Yeah, I smoked in my car. Not this car, my last car, the Chrysler. When I quit smoking, though, I took, I went deep cleaned it, deep clean detail, Ozium, little can of Ozium spray. That's actually great too. If you guys ever deliver certain food that is not the most pleasant smelling, and you know the food I'm talking about, the food, the smell that gets stuck in your car. If you have a little can of Ozium, you can get it at Walmart for like maybe $5. Two little pss, pss in your car, smell's gone, completely gone. I did it after smoking because I'd smoke in my car, but then on nights that I was doing rideshare, I wouldn't smoke in my car while I was doing rideshare, and I always have a can of Ozium or a thing of Febreze, and nobody ever said anything. But yeah, Ozium works great. Any and all smells that will get out of your car. Oh God, Warren. Touche. God, is there anybody in? And I'm not saying this. I'm not asking this because of what you said, Warren. Um, oh, where is that? We're gonna make this anonymous. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Not that one. Other one. I'll try to put up a question. Trying to type with one finger though. Don't go hungry on my account, says Ryan. Ryan, what's up, buddy? This is for scientific purposes only, though. And I wanted it to be anonymous, so you can watch me and say I'm an alcoholic. Yes, and then still keep drinking. I'm just simply curious by it. I usually just break wind a couple of times, clears the smell right up. Oh. David says I haven't smoked since I was 18, but I do believe I enjoyed it. I didn't try it for the first time until I was 24, 5, 24 or 25, 24. Yeah. Marion vapes the brand called Geek Bar, and it's cherry flavor. You mean Geek Bar? I vape the same brand. Kaylee, how are you doing? The data that I've been gathering for Spark is almost done, but results are pretty much in. Been using some AI to help gather it, and we'll share results next live stream. I'm looking forward to that, Earl. Supposed to be living my food life through you. Ryan, don't let her down. Sisler, gig apps have been sucking. Yeah. I say that, and I've actually started making a little bit more money lately than I have been. But it's definitely requiring me to use multiple apps. Like, I don't have a choice now. Sucks, but I don't really have a choice. Gambling is a vice. Well, for some people, it's a vice. Too much of a good thing. Everybody has a vice. No vices, says Mary. Pure as the snow. Had to make a temporary fix on my car. Hard to find a dimmer switch for my instrument cluster, so I did a strip light inside my dashboard edge to see at night. So the dimmer switch went out, or I think that should be too difficult of a fix. If I was nearby, I would come fix it for you. Blonde says it's only a vice if you're not winning. Oh, I'm not getting that your cat. The cat that barks. Mary says my vice is in my mouth. I will take your word for it. Mary has by far the best answer alive. Warren says I'm addicted to caffeine, mostly Diet Pepsi. I'm so addicted that I need it to sleep. You needed some like decaf tea. Blonde, you have had a couple crazy weeks. Yeah, moving. I didn't know about the new furniture, but I did. You did say something about getting on Amazon Flex, so I beat her on Spark. She beat me on Flex. David says too much of a good thing. I ain't had in a long time, long time. Um, yeah, I can relate. Everything in moderation. Almost everything in moderation. I made a show about it called Miami Vice. All right, what are what's the poll here? Hmm. Why can't I see the poll? It's not letting me see the poll. Oh, there we go. 19 votes, 75% of you, 20 votes. So 15 out of 20 of you are depraved individuals. I'm joking. I'm joking. I would have to include myself in that too. So we'll keep it going. Michelle says gaming is not a vice. Sorry, Blonde. She said gaming is not a vice. Like 95% of everything in moderation. Scotty says Pepsi products. Sugar. I mean, there's a lot of people that are addicted to sugar. Dimmer switch failed, so no dashboard lights. I feel like you should be able to bypass that. I mean, granted, they would basically always be on, unless the car was off, but yeah, I did. Why do they have to? Know your limits. Oh, I know my limits. I usually look at them as I pass them. I do. Warren says that he does moderation in moderation. You got to binge something every once in a while. And I binged a couple things lately. I can't believe you remember that. Haha, same cat you gave the middle name to. Yeah, I named her cat Dumbledore because the cat just looked like Dumbledore. $154. There are. I'd find a junkyard. That's just me. I'd find a junkyard though. And poof, I forget every time. There's a lot of crap I forget. I give myself notes. I would find a different place, Thuggy, to play pool. Recreational, not reckless is the motto. I like that. Does DoorDashing count as a vice? And as a vice, yes, it does. It does, because we're gambling. Every single one of us, every single day that we turn the apps on, we're gambling. It doesn't matter. We're gambling. Good order, bad order. We drive, depending how much you drive. Many of us that do this full time drive 3, 4, 5 times the national average. So if you've ever wondered, if you've ever gone down the road while you're delivering and you've gone, I keep seeing, you know, whatever it be, car accident, people's tires falling off. That's a Nebraska thing. We're out there, we're out driving so much more than the average person. We're going to see things a lot more than the average person. And there's times I have to remind myself of that, because I'll see a vast array of idiots in like a very short amount of time, and I'm like, why are there so many out today? It's probably not that there's actually that many out. It's just that I've been out that much longer, or I've driven that many more miles. But yes, DoorDash is a vice. Michael says Coke is my vice, or his vice. Coca-Cola. Good save there. DoorDash is being a slave. Well, crack the whip. You know, I feel better about my life. I game every time I'm not working or out adventuring. Okay, you do work quite a bit, so. Everybody should have that one friend whose job it is to destroy your hard drive when you die. You can't take it with you, but you can bury it. Ryan says, sounds like a fuse issue. Yeah. Mel, what kind of car do you have? I can't, did I ask that already? Check all junkyards in a 500-mile radius. Princess, there's a place, there's a company. I'm going to type it in. I'm just going to put, this is, I'm just typing what I would Google. You probably have one in your area. It's called LKQ Auto Parts. For anybody else that has or may ever have a need. When did I get that car? What did I get into that car accident? 2015, I think it was. Pretty sure it was 2015. I wasn't living in Lincoln. I was living in Omaha then, and working in Omaha. And it had snowed. There was like 6 inches of snow on the ground. It was still snowing. I was working, so I'm out driving, and lady slid right through an intersection and T-boned me. I had to get a new door, a whole new front passenger door, and I went looking because I'm like, however it worked out, there wasn't enough damage for the car to be totaled, but the amount of time that it was going to take for me to get my car into the shop, Nebraska got a bad snowstorm. So everybody's getting into car accidents. I got hit about the tail end of the storm. So all of the auto body shops in the area were backed up for like at least a month. Like, next month is the soonest we can get you in. So it's like, screw it. The bank is gonna get a check for the cost of the damages before my car even goes into the shop. So I still need to work. I need to drive. It can be driven, but I'd still like to have access to my passenger door. So I got a hold of LKQ. I didn't even know they existed until then. I told them the year, make, model, gave them the VIN number of the car. They were able to pull up the paint code. They were able to find a passenger door in excellent condition off of another car. Missouri? I think the door was in Missouri. They were able to ship it right up. But LKQ, you tell them what part you need, what your vehicle is, and they're like the Amazon of junkyards. They go across the country and they buy up junkyards. So, and then they put everything into a online database. So I would give that a try. And if anybody has car repairs they need, go check out LKQ. Not sponsored, but they do really good work. We gamble every time we leave the house and gamble every time I wake up. I'll give you a 3-1 on gambling. Tires falling off in single car rollovers. Only in Nebraska. Jason says, I created a Facebook for my channel. Go follow it. All right. Oh, I see, Jason. You only want Charlie to follow it, you jerk. LOL. Ryan, there are some aggressive curbs in Nebraska. There's some dangerous curbs in Nebraska too. I actually was pulling up to drop a DoorDash order off. Did I get that on video? I can't remember if I got that vlogged or not, or if I'd even been vlogging at that point. I was pulling up to a drop off downtown, and I got a little too close to the curb. I had to have to buy a brand new tire. Small, sharp little piece of concrete sticking out from the curb. As I pull in, I got it, and it went right in the sidewall. It sucked. Michael, enjoy the Panthers game. Panthers game. Is that hockey? Yeah, Jason, you can link it. Hello, this is your DoorDash driver. Your order will be late. Ran into a curb. GG. Oh, that was a cool pop up. Looked at LKQ for mail already. No luck. eBay. Just pull up to a car that looks just like yours in Walmart. Pull out the part you need and drive off. I'm joking. Don't do that. They have cameras everywhere. You'll get caught. With Nebraskans, it's sorry your DoorDash order will be late. It's Wednesday and I'm still trying to make it to church for Sunday. We'll get there eventually. I love watching the videos of cops delivering people's food saying, here's your DoorDash, your driver was arrested. Oh, I love those videos. And also, the flip side, though, it worries me seeing those videos and how many times they've happened. Really makes you wonder how good of a job DoorDash's background check is. Ellen, my son said someone at his work at Bellagio went the wrong way in the parking garage and hit another car. They will give you a driver's license if you have a pulse. I'm pretty sure if Ray Charles were alive today, he could get a driver's license. I'll pin the link to Jason's Facebook page. No worries, Mel. Dimmer switch. Should just be easy to Bond will figure it out. We should consider another Reno excursion in a few months. Should give that area another shot, not to mention see things we didn't last time. Oh, that's true. There was a lot we didn't get to see. Probably have to be anytime after Nebraska's trip. I'm going out, I think, beginning of September for probably 2.5 weeks, if I time it right. Nebraska has 3 home football games in a row, in which I could probably easily make $500 to $700 a day. And I kind of like making $500 in a day. Granted, it only happens like maybe 6 times a year. And those 6 times being between September and October. Ryan. Ryan can say that because he lives there, and you can now say that because Ryan said that and he lives there. If you when you get the part brand new, like what, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Advanced Auto Parts. O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Yeah, that's a fair point. They probably weren't using their own account. Dealership? Okay, what kind of car do you have? And I'm sorry you have to get it through the dealership. That sucks. I had to get a cooling system hose for the Chrysler 200. And I could only get it through. It was the only hose that you could not get through any of the parts stores. You had to get it through the dealership, and it was like it's like $95 hose. The hose was this long. The hose was legit 6 inches. $95. Mary, you have a great night. They called it a rheostat dimmer switch. We've got hose in different areas. 2007, 8, and 9 Hyundai Santa Fe dash dimmer rheostat light control switch OEM. Go check on eBay. They're like $30. What are your Nebraska days, Charlie? Probably gonna be out there 2.5 weeks for. I guess technically close to 3 weeks. I don't know why I'm looking at the calendar and not the football schedule. Nebraska football. Oh, that's gonna suck. Wait, that could suck. That might actually be good. Home game on the 6th. Wait, did they release all the They did. They released all the times already, or part of them. Afternoon game on September 6th. Morning game the following Saturday, and then 12:30 kickoff against Michigan on the 20th of September. Then I'll probably leave the next day. I'm figuring it all out. Has to have a CA at the end or won't work. Well, I didn't know. I didn't see if it had a CA or not. Yeah, probably towards the end of September. Yeah, it sounds like it would be a challenge. That's kind of what I was thinking, Ryan. That would actually work to get to Reno on the way back, because I can. Instead of jumping on 84? Yeah, instead of jumping on 84 in Utah, I can stay on 80 and go, or before Utah. Either way, I can stay on 80 and then come down that way. Nope, he's gonna kidnap you beforehand and bring you. Blonde, I don't, as much as, and I'm doing this because I like Ryan, okay? I am not going to punish him by bringing him and leaving him in Nebraska stuck for 2.5 weeks. That would not be nice. That would not be a nice thing to do. And deep down, Blonde, you know that it's true because you've lived in Nebraska. You know that that is not fair. It's not the right thing to do. He'll have me and Jason there. He'll be entertained. Two days in Nebraska, that I think Ryan could handle that. 2 weeks. I don't know if I could handle that. That'd definitely be a challenge. Guys, I didn't even realize it was 7:30. It's 7:30 my time. It's 9:30 in Nebraska, 10:30 on the East Coast for some of you. Isn't Nebraska where they co-ed? They got co-eds at a lot of colleges across the country, but yes. Going back to a earlier comment, Warren, yes, those would be where the co-eds are at. So. $9:35 in Texas. Yes, I need to go eat. I haven't ate today. That's not true. I had some jerky. My backpack's like half full of beef jerky right now. So, Princess Mel, I'm going to keep trying. So, email me your part number. Yeah, that didn't sound bad at all. So, you guys all have a great night. Always enjoy seeing all of you. We will be back on Friday. But we'll see you next Tuesday. So, don't do anything I wouldn't do. But if you do, please name it after me. Charlie's a very underrepresented name in human circles. Okay, thanks, Jason. See you guys later.